Hello, and welcome to the Let's Draw series with yours truly, JCal Arts. And today's Let's Draw will be based off the Rehydrated Ganondorf meme. So if you've been around before Tears of the Kingdom was released, everyone was basically drawing hot versions of Ganondorf based off the rehydration meme, because in the trailer for the game, he was a corpse effectively, and people were just basically envisioning him being hot for some reason. So I'll be expanding the concept of rehydrating characters onto other Nintendo characters, in this case for today's Let's Draw, the Super Mario crew. So let's go on to the drawing. So who better off to start with the rehydration train than Mr. Nintendo himself, Mario. Now I want to apologize because I know the last Let's Draw has been a while, but I do other things outside of YouTube, but I have a clear schedule for the upcoming summer months and I don't have school during the summer, so yeah, hopefully that'll lead to more consistent output for me, but enough about me. So all the rehydrated characters in today's Let's Draw will be getting a full body drawing alongside with a facial drawing, so I just wanted to have more perspectives to draw from. And with Mr. Mario here, and it's going to be a running theme with all the characters, I wanted him to be based off like Italian actors that people find attractive online, at least doing my research. But I decided to take this Italian actor and use his face as like a frame of reference of what I'm trying to aim for, because I do want Mario to be rehydrated and somewhat handsome, but at the same time I still wanted to keep aspects of his original design. So I gave him a nose shape where it's a straight nose, but the bottom part is still big and round, and he still has his mustache and big blue eyes. And I also wanted to make rehydrated Mario's face round, just like in his original design. So I'm not gonna do the whole turn this character into an anime character treatment here in today's Let's Draw. So for all the rehydrated characters, not just rehydrated Mario, I ditched their iconic caps. So I'm sorry, cap lovers, but if you personally ask me, the caps kind of take away from the Riz factor, but you can feel free to disagree. I also wanted to showcase their hairstyles I gave them. And for rehydrated Mario, I gave him brown, messy, curly hair with the brown hair having like a red hue underneath. And I have him wearing a jumpsuit because I do know plumbers commonly wear jumpsuits, but I also know it's not uncommon for them to wear overalls and a shirt. But then again, I personally think the overalls take away from the Riz factor. And if you look at the way I draw Rehydrated Mario, I don't think he's exactly all the way family friendly. Wink, wink. But I do still have the legacy of the overalls because I've colored the jumpsuit to basically share like the same, I guess, color distribution. Like it's mostly blue, but the sleeves and the collar are red. And he still wears his white gloves and brown boots, and I've decided to draw him in a way to make it seem like he's a very arrogant, cocky person, because I think if Mario was rehydrated and then a real person, he would be, because it's Mario. Everyone knows him. All video gamers know who this character is, and he practically is an A-tier celebrity in gaming, so he will probably be effectively Nintendo's analog to Johnny Cage, so yeah. So Mario's little brother Luigi is next for the rehydration station. So obviously Mario and Luigi are brothers, and so I made rehydrated Luigi's face similar to rehydrated Mario's face. Now in the original design of Luigi, his face is longer than Mario's and skinnier, so I gave him a longer face, and I gave him a more defined chin as well. And I decided to give him a cowlick hairstyle because I see that hairstyle a lot online, and his hair color is brown, and I kept his mustache and big blue eyes, and the same thing with the nose, where I gave him like a nose that's wide on the bottom but has a thin ridge, you know, everywhere else on every other part of the nose. And yeah, that's pretty much for his facial features. You'll see in this drawing, I decided to draw him in a more nervous, shy pose because, you know, Luigi, that's just how he is. And honestly, if Luigi were rehydrated, I honestly get the feeling that he would probably be one of those dudes, like one of the guys who are actually pretty attractive but are just too shy and not completely aware of how attractive people perceive him to be. And I think if Luigi was rehydrated, he would be that guy. So when it comes to rehydrated Luigi's, rehydrated outfit. That's what I'm going to be referring to the designs of the outfits in today's Let's Draw. I'm going to call them rehydrated outfits. But when it comes to rehydrated Luigi's rehydrated outfit, it's effectively the same as his rehydrated brothers. It's a one-piece jumpsuit with the coloring of that jumpsuit basically trying to mimic the green long sleeve shirt underneath blue overalls of his original design. So he has green sleeves, a green collar, it's blue everywhere else. He still has his brown boots and white gloves. And that's pretty much it for rehydrated Luigi's design. There wasn't really too much of a thought process here besides the different hairstyle and the facial changes or the changes to his facial structure compared to rehydrated Mario. He's practically just rehydrated Mario, but different. And I'm pretty much, that pretty much sums up how Luigi's OG design is. But now that I'm done commenting on rehydrated Luigi's design, I guess in the comment section you can let me know which rehydrated brother do you find to be the most rehydrated, if you know what I mean. You let me know in the comment section. And while I'm here, self-promotion time. So I do have an Instagram. It goes by the same name as the channel, JCalArts, and you should go follow it because I do post more frequently there. And now that school has ended for me and I won't have school for a few months, I will be more eventful and then produce more content. So just be on the lookout on my socials because I will be just posting work, not only video ideas, but personal work as well. So yeah, thank you. Now, when it came to rehydrating Wario, I didn't have to, take reference to things outside the Nintendo universe when it came to designing him. And ironically, when it came to rehydrating Wario, I have Wario fans to thank because there's some dedicated Wario fans who really find this little pudgy gremlin smexy. Let me just show you some pictures I found online, but they're drawing Wario with Daisy, and I guess the implication is that, oh my god, he stole Luigi's girl. And yeah, I didn't know Wario had dedicated fans like that, but that's what I'm basing rehydrated Wario's design off of. So I just found rehydrating Wario a lot easier than rehydrating Mario or Luigi. And I even found rehydrating Waluigi, who's going to be next in, the lineup, to be more easy to do than rehydrating Mario and Luigi. I don't know. Mario and Luigi's base design is just so very PG, and that design is carried over into all of their video game appearances. So I kind of had to go outside the Nintendo lore and Nintendo appearances to rehydrate them. But I'm basically trying to say that Wario has fans and I guess better rehydration potential than Mario and Luigi. So yeah, I didn't change too much about rehydrated Wario other than I guess not making him look as cartoony as his original OG design. For example, his body shape, I gave him more human-like proportions, so he has actual legs and isn't a legless little gremlin running on the floor with his belly dragging along the floor. I'm sorry for the Wario slander, Wario fans, but I basically made him a muscle gut, a guy who's muscular but has a big gut. I guess a dad bod would be the appropriate term here. And as well as making his face not as cartoonishly zany as his original design. I interpret the blue line underneath Wario and Waluigi's eyes as eye bags, and so I kind of gave him eye bags, underneath his eyes. And when it came to his nose, I obviously had to make it a bit smaller to make it more proportionate with the rest of his face, but I also made it rosy, you know how rosy cheeks are, where they're just naturally flushed pink in certain parts with some people. I did the same thing with his nose. And besides that, and giving him also kind of a cowlick hairstyle, there's not really much to Wario or rehydrated Wario, and I don't have much more to say about him other than I think he's pretty rizzy in my personal opinion, but you can feel free to disagree. And that's enough of the commentary for rehydrated Wario, and on to rehydrated Waluigi. So when it came to rehydrating Waluigi, I had to take some deep cuts, or rather do some digging when rehydrating him because I found this out, and if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but Waluigi has not appeared in a WarioWare game or any spin-offs, including Wario, which I found weird. And what I mean is, like, Wario Land and other games made with Wario at the center, he's never appeared in them, which I find, again, quite odd considering he's effectively his sidekick in the same way Luigi is with Mario. But I guess Nintendo doesn't see Waluigi as a profitable character the same way Luigi is, even though the Smash fan base will like to disagree. So I had to go do some digging, and I ended up happening upon an alternate costume Waluigi had in Mario Kart Tour, where he basically was dressed up like a vampire. And then it clicked in my head, okay, I'll just make Rehydrated Waluigi a typical, sexy anime vampire. And I'm going to not only be basing it off his Mario Kart Tour design, like his design for this alternate costume, but I also will be taking his appearance that he has in Mario Party 8 when he eats the vampire candy. So yeah, I had to do more creative stretching for this one because Waluigi, at least his alternate costumes and like the sports games and anything, I just don't find them as rizzy, but you can feel free to disagree. Plus, I found the experience of turning Waluigi into like a vampire quite interesting. So let's break down the process. So I decided to give Waluigi a new skin tone, and that's the skin tone he has when he eats the vampire candy in Mario Party 8. So it's like a grayish purple, like a pale gray purple. And I made his hair darker to kind of fit better with his new skin tone. And obviously when it came to his face and body, I proportioned it to make it more, I guess, human. And I did the same thing with his nose I did with Rehydrated Wario's nose, and making it like more of a blush than like just a big pink bat nose. And he still keeps his mustache. And I also, have him basically wear his Halloween outfit with dark colored pants, a dark colored vest and shoes, and a white shirt underneath. But I have his shirt be kind of like the same white shirt Vega wears in his default costume in Street Fighter V, where it's like open button. And so there goes the precious titty window for the people into that. And I have him, as Waluigi should, holding a rose, because Waluigi has that rose motif, and he has his little fangs, and there we go. I rehydrated Waluigi into being a vampire. So I think Nintendo should put him in more games and in Smash. Come on, Sakurai.